So I guess I have a couple of things I want to talk about in this video. So it's going to be a couple of different subjects. First, I watched a video, The Modern Mystic, and it was about the deflation of the currency in the United States. And it really stunned me. He really explained it well. I guess I should put a link over to my, what is it, my left, yes. So you can see this video. He really explains it well, but it really did shake me up a little bit. I was pretty glassy-eyed afterward, and a lot of people who know me, we've already talked about this. But so what I decided to do is start preparing myself, and even if this collapse of the economy and possible depression, I know they say we're either going to be, we're 50% chance of going into a recession right now anyway. Even if this doesn't come to fruition, I decided that I'm sort of tired of having to worry about society and government reliability. In other words, relying on. So okay, I'm back. So yeah, I just wanted to stop. It made me think. If all these things happened, where would I be, and how could I provide for my family? It was pretty scary. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm working, I'm saving as much as I can for the future. I'm putting a roof over the head of my family, but it can all be taken away by either inflation or this total deflation, or just losing my job, and then your house gets taken away because you can't make the payments. So it got me thinking, and I've been thinking about this for a long time anyway. So I am gonna start preparing. I ordered a book. And I am actually going to try whatever, in this book. It's a survivalist book, and it tells you how to survive on your own, out in, wherever you're at. I'm hoping it does tell me what kind of plants you can eat, and how to do certain things. And I'm going to start to get me basically a kit together, tent, whatever. So if this happens, I can head for Z Hills. I hope I'm not over paranoid, but I think when you have a family and you have people depending on you that in no other way can survive on their own at this point, then you have to be a little bit overcautious and not caught with your pants down. And I think if this does happen, first of all, the whole world's affected, not just us. But if this does happen, there's a lot of people going to be caught with their pants down, and I just don't want to be one of them. So I got this survivalist book coming in. I'm going to start reading it. I'll let you know at a different video after I, get into it, how it's going. And then I'm also going to read this book here, God Is Not Great. Someone recommended it to me, and it's by Christopher Hitchens. And I'll let you know how that book's coming too. So that's my one book of the month, but I can't remember the title of the survivalist book yet, but it's out of print. I got a used copy. Okay, now on to the second thing. Can anybody explain to me how, and I don't want to curse, so I'm not going to say a-hole. I'm just going to use jerks. Can anybody explain to me how, I should probably give you my top 4 jerks on YouTube. Or maybe I can only think of 3. I'm sure there's another one in there somewhere, maybe even 5. So can anyone explain to me, if you're a subscriber of Fakesagen, if you're a subscriber of Amazing Atheist, if you're a subscriber of, what's the guy's name? Virtual Holocaust. If you're a subscriber of that Cho guy, can you anybody explain to me why? What is the attraction? These guys have, and listen, I'm not jealous of how many subscribers I have because I'd never be a jerk or talk down to people like these guys do just for subscribers. So can anybody explain to me what the attraction is? And please leave your age, how old you are. And I'm not trying to belittle anybody, but I mean, I would like to know if it's just a bunch of people like in their early 20s or late teens, or if it's actually mature adults that subscribe to these guys. I've watched them a few times, and you know, I guess it was just a big turnoff, the way they talk to people and the way they owned people or whatever they want to call it. It was just it was counterproductive. It was almost like they were saying they're better than the people that they were talking to, or they were smarter. And even if you are smarter, even if you're smarter than me, does not give you the right to talk down. And another thing, I'm sure you're not as smart as Einstein, and he would never talk down to people like that. So, or a number of other great scientists of our time. So, I mean, I think these guys have some growing up to do, but I really think they may be, at least one of them is rotten to the core. Yeah, I don't understand this whole community that wants drama and wants to basically fight on YouTube. I don't understand it. We can accomplish so much more on here instead of just looking to demoralize or belittle a person or a group of people. There's so much more that could be productive, and I guess that's the biggest reason that I don't care for these people that I've mentioned. It's sophomoric, to be honest with you. A lot of the stuff they do is, it's almost like they haven't really got out of high school yet. I know a couple of them are in their 20s, so obviously I assume they got out of high school and maybe even had some college, but they're not really acting like it. And then the people that support them, I don't know who I hold more at fault, because Fakesagen is really entertaining people, so he feels the need to be entertaining. So the people that subscribe to him, those are the real guys that I don't understand. And listen, I understand that people are different and maybe that appeals to people, but 10,000 people, I mean, am I that different from 10,000 or whatever it is, 6,000, 4,000, whatever it is? The only have over 5,000 subscribers are hot chicks, and that's obvious. I've seen plenty of them on here that are just, their subscribers are off the chart. If you're a guy, it's a little bit tougher. It's a little bit tougher, unless you're doing, I guess, what these guys are doing. So, I don't know. So, somebody explain to me, what is the attraction? And if you really like these guys, could you explain to me why? You don't have to, but I'm really curious. Because to me, their personalities are disgusting. I don't want to go name calling, so I'm not going to, well, I did, I guess, already. I called them jerks, but yeah, their personalities are really disgusting, really ugly. All right, well, I better go ahead and end it here.